Guys, welcome back to my channel. This is chapter 55, Friends in Love Place. Where you? I was actually trying another tone, so yeah. Friends in Low Place. Let's see what this brings. If embarrassment could kill, being found sandwiched between two guys in the gym, by my principal would have done the trick. And I'll admit, as Jennings tore into me, Mason, and now for all to see, I was practically begging for the afterlife. I can't believe this. Have you kids these days got no morals at all? That it's not what you think. Hey, it's not our fault we were locked in. Yeah, this has all been one giant misunderstanding. Quite. I have half a mind to call the police. Trespassing, breaking, and entering. I saw Naw stiffen as more Gaurs gathered around us. Lauren pushed her way to the front of the pack, holding the rum bottle Naw had found. Don't forget charges. Charges, my dad's gonna kill me. But we didn't even do anything. It's not like we got locked in on purpose. Principal Jennings, please. Save it for the police, Miss Price. You're gonna have a lot of explaining to do. To be fair, so will you. Elijah strode to the front of the crowd, his hands casually turned into his pockets. Excuse me? Elijah, just stop before you find a way to make this worse. I'm just saying, three minors getting trapped on campus with booze seems like a pretty big oversight on the school's part. Where were the adults? The supervision, if you ask me, it seems like the kind of thing that caused a lot of negative attention. Minors, the three of us weren't old enough to drink, but we technically were adults. But Principal Jennings froze with fear, so Mason Naw and I kept our mouths shut as his eyes desperately searched for scapegoat. Who was in charge for of the Winter Wonderland Committee? Lawrence, the boss dad. That's right, she was so busy she didn't even notice she locked us in. I had called that kind of oversight negligence, no? Those three are lucky that her mistake wasn't even worse. They could have easily been trapped over a weekend. Fine, someone needs to be held accountable for this. Students should never be trapped on campus that late at night. Wait, what? I didn't, but they. Clearly, you aren't ready to handle such a large responsibility. But that's an easy fix. You're fired, effective immediately, and you'll have plenty of time to rethink how you handled the situation in detention for the rest of the semester. But the only but I want to hear is yours hitting the cushion of my office chair now. You too, Elijah. We need to talk. With that, Principal Jennings stormed out the gym. Lauren glared daggers at Noah and Elijah. You think you're tough now? Calling in your big brother to save you of working. I'm sure Scooter will drop by detention to see you. After all, he's so in love with you, isn't he? Lauren glowered at me as Elijah and Noah jumped. This isn't over. Not by a long shot. I had watched my back if I were you. As she turned and viciously shoved her way through our classmate's Elijah's side. I shouldn't keep Jennings waiting too long. Stay out of trouble, kids. Elijah, you know we're all 18, right? That stuff about us being minors wasn't true. So it worked, didn't it? You saw how scared he got. Typical for a snake like you. It's called a white lie. I was just trying to help my little bro and his friends. Right now, this doesn't change things for you. For us. Elijah shrugged, and for a moment the expression on his face was like noise. That my thanks froze on my lips. I did you all a favor. Maybe one day you can return it. Then the bell rang, and everyone who had bung around surged for the exit, with Elijah following coolly behind, never once looking back. Well, at least we are safe now, right? By lunchtime, half the school had heard about our sleepover, and the rumors were starting to gain traction. To make matters worse, my deodorant had worn off. Phew, someone worked up a sweat with the boys last night. I don't get what Mason are not seeing you. It's clearly not your personal hygiene. I hurried away as they held their noses and cackled, but I could still hear their cheers down the hall. I had finally gotten my phone back at the morning, and as I pretended to be occupied checking it, someone laid a comforting hand on my shoulder. Hey, you okay? I heard what happened. Do I really stink right now? And don't be nice. I want you to tell the truth. Well, if I'm being honest, you are wearing yesterday's outfit and you do smell a little drip. Sneak out for the lunch break. We'll do a little retail therapy and you can tell me why you decided to pull a Lizzie Mac Curie. Just then, Ava's phone vibrated and I could tell by her smile that it was bad. Disappointment welled up inside me. Are we making room for one more? Actually, my girlfriend's been too busy with school to hang out with me at all. We still haven't even had time to go on a proper date yet. Girlfriend, up until then, Ava had been vague to me about her new partner. Ava, are you? Ava took a deep breath. That's right, I'm gay. Congratulations. We had danced around it for months, but to hear it said out loud with such boldness, did I have that kind of courage in me? Would I ever have it? Anyway, it will be just the two of us. You can't catch me up on everything that's happened. I looked down at my grubby clothes and imagined myself in a cute shearling jacket I had seen in the store. I look nice. Then back up to see Ava's patient gaze, warm smile, glossy lips, and the phone still buzzing in her hand. It's a date. Maybe next time, please. Pretty please. On second thought, I have been the door of the school all day. What's a few more hours? Before Ava could respond, Darren breezed by, shoulder checking me with a smirk as he called over his shoulder. Better be careful, Ava. Addie's got better stats than of the football team's entire defensive line. After all, she did sack both of the quarterbacks last night. What all I heard was that Addie locked in the gym. You spent the night with Mason and now, as in, wait, Ava, it wasn't like that, I swear. Lauren locked the I just need to figure some things out. Yeah, and I think it's time I let you. Ava walked away without another word, leaving me alone with my thoughts. After school, I showed up at the Winter Wonderland site to find Elijah camped out by the skating rink. Well, if it isn't the wild child of East Ridge High, come over, I wanna talk. Oh great, the guy did me one solid, and now he thought we were best friends. But like him or not, he had saved us earlier. I had to at least see what he wanted. Someone looks like she woke up on the wrong side of the couch. You don't have to remind me, but I never got a chance to properly thank you for this morning, so thanks. I don't want your thanks, Adi. I want that favor I mentioned this morning. So what? Do I give you an IOU or something? Elijah smiled smugly and shoved his hands into his pockets as he looked out at the volunteers hard at work. Or something? He stood up straight, his lanky body suddenly looking lethal. I took a step back. Turns out, one day came a lot sooner than I thought. I need to cash in that favor now. Why don't you and I take a little walk? Well, that's a surprise for me. Actually, not a surprise. That's a warning for me to stay away from bad boys. But clearly, I had been pinched. So, this was chapter 55 for you all, and I hope to see chapter 66 reading with you all again. Please like this video if you really like.